Hey guys, Lucid, welcome back. We're jumping back into our game with Xibalba. So, we were sitting on somebody's capital last turn, and he had a bunch of troops stationed outside, and you will never guess what happened, but he decided to send those troops to liberate his cap. But we were ready, we rode out, and so let's go ahead and pull that battle up. So, I have positioned my guys farther back, and I don't want to take bat losses, so I think I do... Before, everybody was on attack rear first turn, but here I basically have everybody chill out for a turn or two while we summon bats. I mean, imps, but I may not be summoning imps fast enough. On his side, he's got some barbs. He's got Cavern Guard, which have a, you know, some protection so that they're not gonna die immediately to bats. And he's got this guy, who I believe has iron skin, so he's gonna be pretty thick. The imps kind of land, they don't really do much. But here come the bats. And so just like that, the Great Olm are getting punished. Great Olm, God, you do not want to build these against flyers. They're just a freaking liability. I mean, they're just naked 50 gold units. They die in like a second from the bats landing. It's just so much damage. You can't, like if you're playing Agartha, you kind of have to use the Great Olm a lot of times. But, oh my god, you do not want to use them against bats. Now the barbs are coming in and they're killing a fair amount of stuff, but as soon as we land, these guys are all about to take off and surround. And the imps are coming in. And they've definitely lowered my casualty count, but I don't know if the imps before everybody comes is great in the quantity that I had. And like that, these guys are in trouble. See, the fact just like the imps kill this guy pretty quick, it means he's not going to get to swing that bronze glaive quite as many times. And every time he swings at a bat's going to die. And now there is just Jimborn, the Oracle of the Dead. And like that, he dies. Now, he had really high protection. He had 20 protection or something. So, yeah. But in terms of the battle, I lost 15 of these guys, so that is about... I don't know. What would you call it? I mean, it's like 250 bucks, we'll say, for Sun Guides. Then we lost about 190 of these guys, so up to like 450. And then we lost about five of these guys. Let's just call it 500. We lost about 500 bucks of stuff, which is not terribly cheap. Like, this is attrition. But on his side, I mean, you can't even do the math. It's 8 times 4. I mean, yeah, I'm sorry, 8 times 45. So just here, like just the seal guards, that was, I mean, almost 400 gold, right? So just this line was almost how much I lost total. That's a lot. The Great Olms, forget about it. 50 gold a pop and losing 22 of them, I mean, that means he lost over 1,100 gold. So now we're at like 1,600. For the Cavern Guard, they're not terribly expensive. But he probably couldn't really mass these. These actually were probably, these are his best troops against bats. Because they have enough protection where I don't hit that hard, and they have enough hit points where they're gonna sit there and get to swing at him a lot. But I don't know how many he could mass, realistically, by this point in the game. This was, I think, one of the heroes, actually, which is kind of cool. But anyway, if we look at the cost, these guys are 12 gold, and he lost 24, so that is around, like, 300 bucks. So yeah, now we're at, what? 4 and 11, that's 15, and then 300 is 1,800. And then these guys, which I'm pretty sure they were not mercs, but they may have been. I don't think these were mercs. Oh, but he does have a barbarian chief. Maybe these were mercs. Huh, I didn't think he had mercs. But assuming he did... Okay, we're gonna go back and see if he had mercs. Because I think I have the last turn. I think it's this one. Yeah, so he comes in and attacks. Does he have mercs? No, he doesn't have mercs. He just has a bunch of barbs. So... Now the fact that it's 40... It really makes me feel like... We'll check the hero. I don't know. It feels a lot like mercs. Feels a lot like mercs. But anyway, if you add those guys in, we are now at... Are they really 13 gold for a barbarian? Holy shit. Okay, so... Yeah, that's now... like another 500. So 500 plus... What, we were at 19, so we're at 24. And then these guys... Okay, that we'll just call that 400. So now we're at 28. He's free. Okay, we'll just say 2,800. Almost 3,000. Now that is just a catastrophic loss at this point in the game. Like, completely catastrophic. He also got a bad event where he had satyrs come here and jump on his fort. So that sucks. I don't know if he had an army there to break out, but he's in some trouble. He had... This is actually from the Throne of Gaia event. We successfully took this back from the Vinemen. Now there was an Ivy King here, so we were a little worried, but Ivy Kings, if you surround them, they die pretty fast. See, like that. And now they're all mindless, so they're gonna dissolve. I don't think we actually took a loss. Yeah. And then Hinnom attacked us here. Though unfortunately, we didn't get to see his bless. I could just ask Satis, most likely. For events, we had a Cult of Gaia. Fuckers. I didn't even realize this. One second. I think this is the story event. Okay, yeah, this is the dreaded fertility cult event. Fuck fertility cults. Fuck them. They are so fucking horrible. Oh my god. And that's a good province of mine, too. Okay, well anyway, we got that. We got some gems, which is nice. And then we had another bad event. So not really a great turn for luck. We did get Demon of the Pus, and I've got to figure out what I want to do with him. So he has Reaper 5. I don't think he cost me upkeep. So worst case scenario is we just have him fly around and cause unrest and whatnot in enemy lands, which is kind of what I'm inclined to do. I think best case is I put like a cathartic lion pelt on him, and then with Soul Vortex, he would actually be a pretty solid raider. But he could still die. So I'm not sure. He doesn't have Earth, but he has Nature. What's his natural protection? 6. So Barkskin's not really going to help very much. Anyway, I'm not totally sure what I want to do. He's also pretty good at site searching. So I kind of want to site search with him, but he's going to kill my lands, so I would only do it in places like that are horrible population, because they're the unrest and the pop kill. Like, what is 5%? Like 10% of this would be. It still is kind of a lot. Fuck that. He's leaving. So we're taking him on the first train out, and I think this actually is what happened. I was wondering how I was getting in my Macone game. How I was getting kind of... I thought I was getting Bane Venom Charmed. I'm pretty sure it's bats. But right now I'm thinking I can use him as a stealthy preacher. But if I go to war with these guys, I'm not sure if I want that. Like, I could just send him... I wonder what stealthy is. 30, so he's not terribly stealthy. He kind of needs some stealth gear. Which honestly we could make. But I think in the meantime he's gonna go here. We'll probably fly out somebody with stealth gear and we'll rendezvous in some province and then hand off. I could send him up this way too. But honestly, fuck Niflheim. I don't even know if I'm gonna fight them, but if I can just despoil their lands, get rid of all blood slaves, that would be perfect. I still haven't really done a lot of this turn. I don't really know if I want more troops up here. I think having some people here just to kind of hold down the fort would be pretty good. Now, the first thing we have to do... Okay, we've got this up to 2. I think what I'm gonna do is... This isn't enough to kill that either. I think I have to free up enough to go ahead and build a lab. So we'll build a lab here. Make sure we've got mages recruiting. We do. We do. Okay. I hate the fertility cultivant so fucking much. I need to get to Dominion 6 here to get rid of it. We're gonna search. I may actually just have him preach. I hate it so much. So much. I honestly hate getting bad events when I have luck 3. It's so tilting. So tilting. Alright. Let's go up here. You can kind of pick up the bats. I think this guy's gonna come here and start blood sacrificing this creature. Though honestly, I think maybe we make one guy here. Okay, shit, we can't do that, never mind. Maybe we just turn this off, and I think we can do a double recruitment. We'll just get a few preachers, they're gonna go here. We're gonna have one... Okay, no, you're gonna move here actually and start preach. We're gonna have 2 preachers, one of them is going to blood sack here. Okay, you're not doing anything. You're gonna come here and start preaching immediately. Problem is these fertility cult events end up killing your Dominion too. One second, I'm gonna pause and read the next chain. Yeah, that's honestly, we've got to get it up to Dominion 6, which is not going to be easy. And I'm not exactly sure how we're going to do it, but blood sacking here, and getting this up to 6, and preaching here, we might be able to. Once they start spawning the unrest-causing dudes, it's just the province is destroyed, basically. And I don't have any, like, this is one of my few provinces over 5,000 or 5,000 population, so I do not want that happening. So anyway, that's mostly it. We hit construction 4. And we're working our way up to Blood Magic 4, which is going to give us Aussies. So I have some other kind of eco things to think about, like... I think once we clear this, we're probably going to set both of these guys to blood hunting somewhere. And I'm not completely sure where, but it might be like right here. Anyway, I probably need to come and take that. We're going to go raid here, and I do need to think about getting underwater dudes to go take these lakes, because that income will be pretty valuable. Do I have any place where I can take those? Troglodytes. Here I do. One. Okay, 1, 2, 3. God, it takes so long to get there. I really don't want to build them up there. I'm really not sure what I'm gonna need. Honestly, it's probably better to come up with some kind of thug. Okay, so storming the castle. Now, there's a few things I'm expecting. One is that he's going to bring these armies together and attack me. Both these are in range. So, yeah, I'm expecting these guys to kind of come in this way. Which means I'm probably going to be fighting 30 barbs again. Now, where these barbs come from and how he gets them under his control, I am not sure. Actually, there's really only one thing that can explain this many barbs. There's really only one thing, and that is that his pretender god is the Statue of War, which had not occurred to me. And the 40-round number is not from Mercs. The 40-round number is, well, he did have a barbarian chief commander. Problem here is if it's the god of war, I'm not sure I can kill it. We'll take a look at it. Okay, so I went and checked, and the guy, so the Statue of War, which is the thing that summons these, it has 25 protection. I don't think without Aussies, we can get through that. Like, these guys hit for 19. If I had Strength of Giants, I'd probably try it, but I don't have that. And if we do Break the First Soul, does not affect inanimates. So not gonna work. Not very sure that imps are gonna be able to hurt him. I think we have to see. I think I have to wait a turn. I'm not sure. I mean, does he have he might have immolation, because it's a fire, earth. Well, let's check this battle out. Let's see what bless he has. If he has an earth, fire, bless, we kind of know. Shock resistance 15. Reinvigoration +3. Undying 4. Undead leadership. So it's death, earth, reinvigoration 3, so it's earth 6, death. Wait, this is 2, and this is 2, so it's death 4. And then the only way to get this is to be air 4. So it's air 4. We might have to kind of figure this out. Now, none of these are incarnate, which means his god may not be alive. But that doesn't explain all the barbs. But to pick on a nation... See, that would not make any sense, though. Like, why would you get an immobile... Well, you know, immobiles are okay, too, if you... I mean, I can understand their thinking for this. Like, the reinvigoration is good for thugs and for casters. You can have a fair amount of undead as Agartha, so the undead leadership kind of makes sense. And you have undead access, but it's kind of hard to get high in undead, so you want it on your pretender, maybe? And then the air, the shock resistance is nice, so you can drop Army of Gold and not worry about, you know, your sacreds getting murdered. So... I get the bless. Let's take a look at his scales. We'll see if we can recreate it. So his scales are Turmoil 2, which also would gel with him potentially doing a Statue of War. Productivity 1. Just confirm this is what it kind of is. Yeah, it's the same thing. So, Heat 3, which we're in the fall, so he's actually Heat 3. Growth, Luck, Magic. Okay. So, I think we remember all the stuff. Let's go ahead and see if we can do it. And create Pretender, early age, Agartha. Sweet Mother of God, where are you? Early age, Agartha. There you are. Okay, so... Oh, we get bonuses to our Bless, though. We get an Earth Bless bonus. So he may only be 4. He doesn't have the Statue of War, thank God. Where in the hell are all these barbarians coming from? Ooh. Titan of Hades would be pretty badass. I think I would have seen him. He would have probably assassinated me or something this turn. But he does have death. Now, where would he get air? I'm kind of thinking he didn't imprison Demi-Lich. And he was pretty high. Let's... Oh shit, let's assume he was like Dom Strength 7. Okay. We'll just do the imprisoned Demi-Lich now as a baseline. Now I obviously don't care about killing a Demi-Lich, that would be pretty easy. So 2, 1, 3, 3, 3, 3, and imprisoned. And then he wants to be 4, 4, 4. Reinvigoration, reinvigoration, reinvigoration. Major shock. Minor shock. And then a dead command. And then undying. Okay, so this is obviously overkill. Like, this does not explain his scales, so he may have gone... Maybe he went something like this. Because this guy would be scary. He's immortal. Now, he can't get him in dormant, but he could get him imprisoned. And, like, this would be pretty badass to have this guy come online. But we still haven't fully explained it. Like, he's still got extra scales. So maybe he went and got a huge badass. Like, maybe he got, like, an actual Titan. Wait, did we do this on the other guy? Did I get him up to the... No, this might be what he did. An imprisoned... This is, I bet, what he did. An imprisoned Risen Oracle. And this actually is pretty sick, because it can Cloud Trapeze, it can do Winds of Death. Like, this would be a very useful combat mage. This, I bet, is what he did. Because we've got his points spent perfectly. I assume he's at a 7 Dominion, we'll check. But... it means to me, what this means to me is that he probably is imprisoned. Yeah. Like, he couldn't take this and the scales and go dormant and get a cool chassis. Like, he couldn't do... I mean, he could get a monolith or something, but I think even, like, the monolith, okay, what would be the scariest thing he could get? He wouldn't have gotten a monolith, because he doesn't have any of the monolith paths. Like, if he got this, the pillar, which would be hard for me to kill at 28 protection. Yeah, he can't do it. You can't afford this bless with these scales on this thing. So... And if he went with anything cooler, like a Titan, it would be even more expensive to get it dormant. And if it's imprisoned, I don't give a shit. It's not there. So he must have been recruiting barbs. That's the only thing I can think of. So there we go. I wouldn't say the mystery is solved, but we're not going to pussy out now. We are going to go in. We're going to go in guns a frickin' blazing. Now, I don't want to lose troops. And there's still, it looks like, a significant little retinue about to come over here and attack me. So with that, we are going to... we're flying in 2 more mages. And we're only really going to waste 1 mage turn, because they're flying from a fort with a lab. And they're going to hopefully land in a fort with a lab this turn. But they are going to basically do Summon Imp, then Reinvigoration, and then they're going to do Summon Imp twice. And these guys, we're going to... So let's go ahead and call that script 7. And they're going to both be back here. And we'll put them on conservative gem use and cast spells. Because I don't want them to somehow burn through these other guys' blood slaves. Because even if they're not in these mages' inventory, if they're standing near them on the battlefield, they will burn through them. So these folks, I think, so they're blood 2, so they can cast it twice without fatiguing out. So I think we're going to have them cast it twice, at which point, if they cast it a 3rd time, they would fatigue out, so we're going to have them do Reinvigoration. And then we're going to have them cast it twice more, and then we're going to have them cast spells. And at this point, the battle is going to be mostly won or lost anyway, so we'll do conservative gem use. And we'll go ahead and call this 6. Give it to you too. And this should give us a lot of imps. What's going to be different and important is that my guys are still going to be on hold and attack rear. And what that is going to mean is that the first 2 turns, basically for the first imp summoning, instead of it being like 5 imps now, it's going to be 20. I mean, instead of being 10, it's going to be 20. And then if they don't kill them all off, then the next turn the imps are going to land. And importantly, a lot of the troops he's going to bring in, like barbs, they're actually not very good in a cave. These guys will be okay, but anyway. Now, the mages flying in are not going to participate in the battle, so this script for these guys is going to be both for the battle and for, like, for the fort battle and for the outside the fort battle. So anyway, they're going to move here. We've got these guys coming in to raid here. And they're just going to be on an attack rear order, like so. And hopefully that works. We're building a lab here. We're upgrading this fort. That'll be done next month. We're gonna start blood sacking in every fort. So I do need to think about... I mean, my blood ones are pretty freaking expensive. It may be worth, because I don't want to go crazy blood hunting, but my blood ones are expensive enough. Like 100 is so much more than 60. It's kind of worth marching somebody from down here all the way down here. But yeah, I think we're gonna have to blood hunt. I mean, to blood sack. I want to get my Dominion pushed here. If we do it here, it might push it up, help push. Even if I just get 1 extra candle pushed in here, that'll be helpful. And we're very close to Aussies now. We're only maybe 2 turns away. We need to get this guy out of my capital post-haste. And I think that's it. Now, alternatively, we could put this guy in like a... What's my lowest income province? Like here, with 600 population. Yeah, I don't think so. Like these two, he could site search these before he goes. So he could go like site search. Because 5% of 600 is nothing. 10% is 60, 5% is 30. If I lose 30 population to do 2 good site searches, I think we're gonna do it. Because he's a really good site searcher. So we're gonna do this first, do this, and then we're gonna send him down here to haunt Niflheim. And then from here, he should be able to make it, yeah. I do need to think about that we'll probably do all that very quickly. Taking Agartha's lands. The problem with going straight for the cap is potentially all of his other stuff can get raided. But I don't know. If everything goes according to plan, I'm gonna go attack Vanheim, I think, next. If TNN is attacking Vanheim, it depends. I kind of, on one hand, I kind of want to let people have their own fun war, but I don't think I'm gonna let Vanheim win that war. If Vanheim is winning, I'm probably gonna attack him. But if they're just fighting and having fun, then I'll probably let them do that. The thing I'm more worried about is Sakine's down here, and Sakine's a good player. So I'm really worried about him coming in and getting a bunch of stuff, or kind of an inevitable war with him, because he's kind of got to fight me or fight TNN. Or he can come down here and try to win the cave system. Or get up in the candles and do something random. So he's not completely pinned in, but, you know, his big borders are, you know, here. But he's playing Kailasa, I think. So if he's got... I feel like Kailasa may be the kind of army that likes to doomstack. If you like to doomstack, then the candle system is a good place to go. If you like to raid, like me, you kind of want a big border. So hard to say, hard to say. Okay, this guy's sieging. These guys are all sneaking out. I think we've done the turn. I think we've done it. To-do lists. We need to get I want to have 2 provinces being blood hunted, and we're going to have to move this one. So we need to move this one. We're going to move it here. And once I conquer Agartha, we're probably going to set up another one here. So the 2 blood 2s are probably going to move here and blood hunt. So I need 2 blood hunting provinces. I need to get Aussies going. And then once I have an army of like 40 Aussies, I'm not going to be quite as terrified of people attacking me. But right now I'm kind of scared shitless. Yeah. I probably should also turn back on... How do I really need to turn that? Did I get another... Oh, we did. Okay, you are going to make Alquils literally for forever. Where's... Oh, you're here. So this guy's going to search. I need him to make hammers, actually. I need him to make hammers kind of badly. So he may not preach. He may come up here and then go make 2 hammers and then site search. It's kind of what I'm thinking he's going to do. Or come here, because this hasn't been site search. So he's probably going to come here, site search, or make hammers in some order. And then... Yeah, that's probably that. What's our dominion in our capital? 7. What's the dominion in his capital? It's 7 also. So I think we have his build pegged. I think it's a Risen Oracle. Which is a freaking cool I think it's a good build. The problem, though, and I don't... If we look at Agartha as a nation... I think if he shat out troglodytes... See, you can't be super greedy. Like, if you have crappy units and you go imprisoned, you're gonna be in trouble. So, like, Agartha has crappy units. The Great Olms are pretty good for, you know, if you're worried about getting raided by the elves. Or, like, if they're sending elite units. So, like, it would be good versus the elves, it would be good versus Niflheim. So it's like, okay, make some of those. But then all the other troops are such garbage. And like versus the bats, I murder all those things. Like everything that is not a troglodyte, I would murder. But troglodytes, ooh. Troglodytes are scary because they've got decent protection and they've got a ton of HP. And then they're going to trample my poor little batses. So, yeah. I think if he shat out trogs, I'd be in some shit. I'd be in some real shit. I think you could play his build that he went for. I think it's a good build. But you just have to be really scary because you don't really have a ton of tools in the early game. I think if maybe I waited a little longer and he could thug out Troglords or something, which you have to take care of like a little bit of their encumbrance issues and then give them some good armor. And then if you fluff them with like Iron Warriors, these guys could be scary with bats. So I don't know. I might have attacked him just in time. Because Imprisoned Agartha has some real weaknesses. Anyway, I think that's about it. And I don't normally play this aggressive. I mean, holy shit. I just attacked him out of the blue. I'm about to take his cap on turn 20. Yeah, this is about as aggressive as I play. With Xibalba of all nations, where I'm like really worried about early game. But hopefully that will make them a little scared. So we're going to move here. We're going to take this. After this, we're probably going to look to take another province. I'm not sure where. Hopefully these will all be kind of lightly guarded. And I can fan out and take all these after I take his cap. That would be ideal. And if I get his entire cap ring, I'm going to be super happy. Everybody else can take the other stuff. So anyway, I think that is about it, guys. There are probably other things I want to do, which are maybe worth mentioning, like, do I have any Blood 2s? Well, we can just show you with this guy. Lifelong protections are pretty damn good. I do have... What am I going to do with my death gems? What am I going to do with my death gems? We can twice-born people. That's like a delayed payoff. Or I can make some Skull Mentors, because each Skull Mentor I make, so let's say we take these 20 Death Gems and we convert them into Skull Mentors. Okay, a Skull Mentor is going to give me 14 research. So if I have 4 of those, which is how many I'll have, that is going to be about 45 research, which is like a 40% increase. Can we have literally everybody do that? Who cannot do that? I'm not going to have my people already with items do it, but I think everybody else... Okay, so that's good. We won't go full Monty. We'll do 3. I'm sorry, if we do 4, it's 60. Yeah. Should basically be a 50% increase. So we're going to make 3, just to get my research off the ground. It's going to hurt it a little bit this turn, but after that, we'll be able to steamroll into Construction 6 with that little Skull Mentor bump, and then we're going to be making Alquills. And then after that, we can start making... We'll have hammers, we have a shit ton of fire, so we're going to be able to poop out... what are we going to be able to poop out? We're going to be able to poop out lanterns with our strong earth and fire income. And... What the hell are you guys? Oh, these are the death random Akin. Kind of interesting. Are there any death fire items that I can think of? No. Oh, the skulls of flame or whatever they are. Yeah, honestly, these guys with the 5 gem item, oh no, it's a 10 gem item. The Skull of Flame, they can be fire 3, and then with a fire in a bottle, it gives them a free fire elemental. It's kind of expensive. 15 gems to get a free fire elemental every turn. Yeah, maybe not worth. Either way, we're doing a few more of these because I want to roll another blood random I want to have 2 of these guys summoning Aussies, basically. Now this guy can also summon Aussies, so maybe I don't really need to worry about it so much. Who's my other guy who can? Did I move you somewhere? I think I moved him down here. Where the hell did I move that guy? I moved him here? The fuck? Okay, I guess we're site searching. Why did I move this guy? Oh, because he has good leadership. That's probably why. Well, I guess we'll move him here and we'll put a temple down. Not sure. Final thing, and I hate doing this at the end of the episode, but I want to do a quick Diplo update. I think these guys are dancing outside Satissa's capital. There is a battle, I believe. I think Saramatia is right here. And I think Airmore, early age Airmore, so not the Undead Nation, is right here. And these guys are fighting, and I think Saramatia is winning at least a little bit. But Niflheim has come in on Saramatia. So that is very good for me. Because, well, it can be good for me. Hopefully, see if this is the problem of like joining in and backstabbing. Unless you're going to win like decisively, if Saramatia is winning this, he can probably get out of the conflict with Airmore with some reasonable concessions. Which means he can then be fighting Niflheim. If Saramatia beats 1v1 Niflheim, I could literally not be happier. Like, the best case for me is this war between them, and I might actually can encourage this, but it will probably happen naturally. These guys are probably going to make peace, and then these guys are probably going to fight. Now, I'm going to need to make sure I'm trading with Saramatia, etc., helping give them an edge, and potentially, once I have a stack of Aussies, I can come in here and attack them, Niflheim, before they get Ilwinter up. But I can't attack Niflheim until I have Aussies. So, anyway, I'm going to be looking either of these directions to go. So anyway, that is it so far. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.